Tell me, as NTT Communications, an ICT solutions provider, how is your business currently positioned in Africa?
Okay. First of all, NTT Group delivers comprehensive ICT solution services for telecommunication, data center services, and cloud computing service, and also software applications in more than 190 countries all over the world, including in Africa. ICT service and especially infrastructure depend vitally on security and reliability. So, which is why this entire NTT Group puts its utmost priority on security and reliability. And Dimension Data, a member of NTT Group, has been supporting African business with ICT services since 1983. And these services available are linked via optical and submarine cables to provide telecommunication connection, not only throughout Africa, but also with Europe and Asia. Another one of our group companies is Arcadin, which is affiliated with NTT.com. Arcadin provides companies and individuals with voice and video services for long distance and international communications among 14 African countries. And in the future, Arcadin plans to further expand its services area in Africa.
There's a lot of focus on ICT today in Africa, and the big picture is it's an enabler of economic growth for the continent. How is this resulting into better business for you in the continent?
Yeah, the African regional market has very high potential, I think. Under Goal 9 of Agenda 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals in the UN's Global Compact, the aim is to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. The NTT Group can contribute to these goals with its ICT infrastructure and related technology and services. Extra dependable ICT infrastructure provides a foundation of secure and reliable ICT, and it enhances education, narrow the digital divide, expand employment based on the diverse working styles, improve productivity, and foster innovation. The NTT Group also offers value-added know-how and techniques to ensure highly reliable and resilient infrastructure. So NTT Group actually in Asia, Europe, and the America collaborate as a unified group to maximize their technologies and experience and deliver highly stable internet and voice telecommunication. The NTT Group can deliver these same value-added service in Africa. By leveraging our internal collaboration, we aim to quickly and flexibly provide African companies with integrated ICT solutions, as well as software application and infrastructure.
I know in the continent we've been talking about Africa rising, the next step of growth, how it's going to look like. As a group, what are your expectations, growth expectations for the continent of Africa?
The NTT Group hopes to realize mutual prosperity and development in Africa. Africa has a strong need for stable infrastructure and to enable companies, organizations, and government bodies to strengthen their communication and fulfill their mission. But to establish the required ICT infrastructure, there must be greater collaboration among African government and between Africa and Japan, as well as between the public and private sectors of Africa and Japan. Achieving this would enable Africa to accelerate the development, education, technology, and employment on a more sustainable basis. By providing young Africans with education and training in ICT technologies, for example, African ICT infrastructure could be maintained better and operated more stably. Furthermore, by building more ICT infrastructure and delivering more services to support the daily lives of African citizens, new services such as fintech would become more widely available in African society, I think. But smoothly and stably operating infrastructure will require the preservation of peace and the avoidance of conflict and act of destruction. So this will depend on the strong leadership of African government as well as resolute efforts by the private sectors and the wide-ranging cooperation with the Japanese government through important initiatives such as TICAD.